Sony have just released update 3.0.1 for the PlayStation Portal, and if like me you like to take your Portal out and about, then this update is for you. Because now you can finally connect to public Wi-Fi networks that lie behind a login page, regardless of whether it's a 2.4 or 5 GHz network. Yes, this is the update that we thought we were getting in 3.0.0, but didn't. Not in the real world, at least. Unlike the last one, this new patch will actually display the QR code that you need to scan on your phone in order to complete the additional authentication step that public Wi-Fi networks usually require. So, does it work? Well, the short answer is yes. Yes, it does. In my previous video, I tested the Portal at 10 different public Wi-Fi locations where it failed to connect to 100% of the networks that had some kind of authentication landing page. So it seemed only fair to go back and retest at all of those same locations, which I did. And this time, the Portal displayed all of the QR codes and connected to my PS5 each time. Now, I choose those words very carefully because the Portal did display the QR code each time and it did connect to my PS5 each time, but did it stay connected and did it play well? Well, the answer to those questions are a bit more complicated and really boil down to what the PlayStation Portal actually is. But before we get into that, I just want to make one thing clear. This update is a win for the Portal. I've had mine since day one and I wouldn't be without it. It's been an absolute game changer for me, and if it hadn't been for the Portal, I'd either have a massive backdated library of games or one very annoyed wife. So what's the problem and how does it relate to this new update? Well, simply put, the PlayStation Portal is entirely reliant on good, stable network connectivity, whether that be at home, a hotel, an airport, or just out and about tethered to a mobile hotspot. And it doesn't actually need much in the way of speed, only 20 or so megabits per second. But, and this is the important bit, it does need stability. You could have Wi-Fi speeds at home of 700 megabits per second, but if the connection isn't stable, then you're going to experience lag and you're going to experience drops in picture quality. Public Wi-Fi, at least in my experience, can be very hit and miss, largely because of the sheer number of variables that are completely out of your control. For a start, you could be sharing that connection with a lot of other people and God only knows what they're using it for. Then you have restrictions in speed. Some places might simply have bad internet connectivity full stop, whilst some might actually be configured to limit the speeds that are available to you in order to share that bandwidth between all of the other users. You also might encounter firewall issues that prevent the Portal from connecting to the remote play services or your console back at home. And even if you do actually get connected to your PS5, that connection needs to remain stable and reliable throughout your session. And whilst others are connecting and disconnecting from the network, that simply might not be possible. 4 out of the 10 locations I tested at had internet connections that fell quite short of the minimum speeds that the Portal needs in order to stream, resulting in some serious lag spikes, drops in picture quality, and a number of full disconnections. 2 of the locations had firewall rules blocking the connection entirely, which meant no communication at all between the Portal and the PS5 back at home. That left just 4 locations that worked well enough for it to be an enjoyable experience. And even then, some of those speed tests were pretty close to the bone in terms of minimum requirements, especially on the upload side of things. Now, some of this will be down to where in the world you are. In my part of the UK, public Wi-Fi isn't so great. That might well be different from where you are, in which case this update could just be the thing that you've been waiting for. I did experience a few occasions where the portal wouldn't find the Wi-Fi name or SSID, which meant that I had to type it in manually in order for it to connect. I did also try factory resetting the portal, as that was something that somebody had suggested, and that didn't help either. It just seems a bit hit and miss. As long as you've got your phone in your hand, you can just reference the SSID from it and type the name in exactly as you see it. It should then connect. Playing on the portal using public Wi-Fi hasn't been the best. In fact, I was nearly always better off connecting via a mobile data hotspot on my phone. The connection speeds were better and I didn't have any issues with disconnections or big lag spikes, and of course, I wasn't having to share that connection with anybody else. Unfortunately, I don't have an unlimited data plan, so it's by no means perfect because remote play can be a bit hungry when it comes to data usage. It seems to use about 2 to 3 gigabytes per hour for me, but I have read some people claim up to 6 gigabytes per hour. I think we can all agree that 3.0.0 was pretty disastrous, but let's be kind just for a minute and put that to one side, because this update, 3.0.1, has been a very positive step in the right direction for the portal. Sony have also released a new beta version of the PS5 operating system, which will include support for multiple user profiles via remote play. This will make switching from one PSN profile to another much easier and quicker, and should hit our consoles in the coming months. If Sony could just sort the micro stutter problem, that'd be most of the major complaints about the portal sorted. At least for most people anyway, because something terrible happened whilst I was testing this new update. My right thumbstick completely stopped responding on its vertical axis. No idea how it broke. The horizontal axis is still working perfectly, but the vertical one is absolutely unresponsive. There was no hints of any kind of stick drift or anything like that. It just went from working to not working. I factory reset it and went through all of the troubleshooting that you might expect, but it was all for nothing. So my portal is now making its way back through the postal system on its way to Sony to be repaired. Pretty disappointing really. It is only 8 months old, and for some unknown reason, the automated warranty system wouldn't accept the portal's serial number, which meant I had to go through the phone system and sort it out all through there, which took forever. Hopefully I'll get it back in the next week or two, either replaced with a new one or with just a fixed thumbstick, but I won't lie, I am going to miss it. But either way, as far as public Wi-Fi goes, this update is a big win. If you haven't already downloaded it, it's only 57 megabytes and only takes about 5 minutes to install. I'd be interested to know what your experiences of the 3.0.1 update are, especially at places like airports, which I wasn't able to test. Please let me know in the comments, and also let me know if anyone else's sticks have just miraculously stopped working for no apparent reason whatsoever. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to anybody that has liked, commented or subscribed. Means a lot.